Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 39 of our weekly live stream. As you can see, today we will be playing Star Trek Online, picking up where we left off last time we played. Not exactly sure what. Looks like we were doing the Frozen mission, and we've got a few side quest things to see. So we'll be working on them. A few notes, which most of you have probably already heard and seen in that on some of the upcoming one of the upcoming games that I've been looking forward to. Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed on its release. Instead of being released April 17th of this year, it was pushed back to September 17th, I believe is what the notice said. The reason for it was to give them more time to play test it. Being that the map of Night City is rather large, they want to make sure that they hit every possible inch of it, every encounter, and that to make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible. Which is fine with me, because that means that when we get the game and it gets finally released, there should be as little bugs and glitches and that as possible in it. Hoping that they can get them all worked out before they release. Unlike some other game companies that they try to hit a deadline, even if the game's not ready, they still release it on that deadline and give us crap. So I'm all for them pushing the date back to make sure that the game release and the game play is as smooth and glitch and that free as possible. So that's basically it, the big announcement that I heard, which I'm kind of bummed. I was looking forward to it coming out in April. But I will have to wait, well, as everybody else does. And we seem to be having some stream issues looking at the views. Shows my stream is shows I'm live. OBS says we're good to go, but Twitch is showing me an unstable bitrate. Poor network. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's see. I wonder if it's a Twitch issue, not just me. I didn't make any changes to anything. Huh. I switched it back to what it was. Still a lot of... See if that makes a change. See if that fixes it. No, Oh, bitrate's still bad. Wow, and there's massive lag. Yeah, that's... This won't work. Alright, looks like I'm going to hold off on streaming for a couple hours to see, because I think Twitch is having issues. I don't know if there's a ton of people on Twitch or if my internet is just... maybe there's a lot of people in my area that are online at the moment doing stuff, and my bandwidth is down, but I can't stream with this bitrate. And that it is super laggy and yeah, there's a good... Wow, almost... Let's see. Stream hasn't caught up yet. I mean, it looks great in OBS and my playthrough. Wow, it's almost a 2-minute delay. Yeah, this is not going to work. So I will hop on later tonight. I'll hop on around 6 p.m. and we'll see how this goes. If it's better, great. If it's not, then I may try to make up the live stream on Monday while I try to figure out what is causing... Can't even speak. What is causing this lag and delay, because it was not like this last week. It was, smooth on my screen, smooth on OBS, and watching the stream live up on my other monitor, it was only a few second delay, which is normal, not nearly 2.5 minutes. So, unfortunately, due to technical issues beyond my capabilities of fixing, because I don't know if it's my ISP or actually Twitch has got problems, I will be putting this stream off. So hopefully I'll be able to see... Alright, I may have actually fixed it.
This is Captain Kumarke of the LSS Riskava. My research group is under attack in the Andoria system. We believe the attackers are allied with House Mokai in service to Matriarch Ja'ula. Their flagship is using some kind of super weapon. We've lost 3 ships to it already. To all vessels within range, please. We require immediate assistance. We can't last much longer against...
Alright, I did seem to fix it. I made there's a couple other changes. Again, I don't understand why it was an issue, but apparently it didn't like the way I had set the recording to when I was recording videos, so I made all those changes, and now it appears to be working just fine. So, we're back. Let me hit Twitter that we are live, and I've got excellent bandwidth quality. I don't whatever. It is what it is. I've got it fixed. Luckily it was a simple fix. So let's see. Now that we're down, let's go see what this Starfleet Academy event. Speak with Professor Mayer for details is about before we do anything else. Go. Gotta remember all the keyboard commands and controls. I do apologize if there is popping in audio and that I hear it as well. I don't know why it wasn't there in my recordings. I thought I had fixed it, but apparently I have not. Oh, he's outside. Okay. So I do apologize for the popping. It is annoying. You know, the fix I saw online and seemed to work for doing my recordings, and that was, you know, an issue with Logitech cameras and that. And being that mine's broken, I unplugged it, and the popping went away. And now it's back, and the camera's not plugged in. Alright, let us see. Alright, welcome back to Starfleet Academy, Commander. The cadets here have a lot to learn in a short time. They could really use your help. Today, the cadets need to learn how to scan for and collect particle fragments. We'll be having a special class so that they can learn. When the class is in session, use terminal near me to request a cadet, and one will transport to join you. The cadet assigned to you will have more detailed information about the particle fragments and how to collect them. Particle fragments are only active for a short time before they decay. Collect as many as you can before class ends, and then return them to me or your cadet. Also, if you lose track of your cadet at any time, you can use a terminal near me to request another cadet. Alright. Hello, Commander. Admiral Quinn indicated that you could assist me. The cadets are learning how to scan record. We went through all that. Alright. There's the terminal. Let's request a cadet. Let's do a science cadet. Where'd you go? Stop running in circles. Stand still. Heard about you in the USS Serenity, sir. Honored to meet you. For this project, first we need to find, scan, blue spheres. Okay. Particles too unstable, dissipate. We'll need to find another and try again. Okay. Alright. So that is what these blue spheres in that are. Ah, it ran away. Where is it? There it is. Clap. all collapsing. Alright, we got one. I think the Star Trek server's having some issues. I don't know where my cadet went. There she is. Alright, we'll do a couple more and then we'll head back to, we'll make a big loop around and then we'll head back. And we'll continue on with something else. I don't know exactly how long this event is, and I don't want to spend the entire stream just collecting particles. I can hide in the bush. Alright, one more and then we'll talk to him again. Alright, we have finished that one. Beam up to our ship. Yes, I do think the Star Trek Online servers are running kind of slow. Alright. Alright, so if we go to the Andorius system. Let's warp to sector space. Warp to sector space. And we go back to our loading screen. Go to Andoria. are, I believe it's a Nova class starship. There you go. Beneath the skin.
You have my thanks. The battle was not going well for us before you arrived. Now we have a fighting chance against House Mokai. Be mindful of their flagship. It has a super weapon of unknown origin, and it is devastating.
Bold of them to attack Andorus in this heat, in the heart of the Federation. I can't read today.
Indeed. We'll need to act fast if we're going to save Andoria.
Very well. What can you tell us about the Raiders?
The Mokai ships are old, but they've been retrofitted with modern technology. Matriarch Jula has been busy since her arrival from the 23rd century. Look, this cowardly attack took us by surprise. We need to deal with these raiders before that super weapon gets turned on my homeworld. Agreed?
Agreed. We're moving to assist. There's a couple more over there, but let's grab this crate of loot. Alright, there they are. Grab the items. I'll head over to this batch. Alright. Let me go download this. Uh-oh.
That new Mokai weapon is tearing our ship apart. Fire the weapon! It has created a massive spatial rift. How? The scientist has launched probes into the rift.
Alright, what do we got now?
We've driven off the Mokai, but they left a very disturbing problem in their wake. We're not exactly sure what that rift is, or what it's capable of. I need answers to those questions. Andoria is my home, and I won't let it come to harm on my watch.
We'll get to the bottom of this, Captain. Scan the rift.
Scanning in progress.
My readings are showing a distinct biological presence with qualities similar in many ways to that of fungi. Very intriguing. I'm afraid astromycology is not my specialty. I believe we'll need to consult with an expert in the field if we're to solve this riddle quickly.
Alright.
I realize the scientific aspects of the rift are fascinating, but let's not forget this thing appeared as a result of Ja'ula firing her new weapon. It's not benign. It's meant to do harm. The way I see it, this rift is a ticking time bomb, and we need to shut it down before it explodes. Period. My science team has isolated a series of research files that could help us. They're old, from the mid-23rd century. Interesting. A good number of them are classified by Starfleet Command at the highest level.
Why would Starfleet classify astromycology research?
That's a damn good question. Not sure I want to know the answer. Look, finding an astromycologist from this century and getting them up to speed on this will take time, and we don't have a lot of that. I propose we create a holographic simulation of the author of these files and put it to work on the problem.
Sounds like a plan.
Good. Let's meet here on the Hoffman. I'll talk to Starfleet about gaining access to these research notes. See you soon.
On my way.
Welcome aboard. Hope you're ready to go to work, because we have a lot of work to tackle and very little time to do it in.
Any updates on the rift?
Some. My people believe we're looking at some kind of quantum-level mycelial thread. Basically a giant extra-dimensional fungus. A giant extra-dimensional fungus that somehow serves as a portal into another plane of existence.
So, how do we close this portal?
We're working on that with you, the Lucari, and hopefully the hologram we're about to deploy. Let's hope they have the data we need to get the job done.
To the holodeck then. My away team can meet up when we know what we're doing next.
Okay, let's get started. I'll initiate the basic holomatrix while you upload and integrate the relevant personality and research data. Okay, merging your data with the core holomatrix. Now, Computer, initiate program Papa Sierra 1.
Starfleet. I should have known. There's no way in hell I'm letting you weaponize my work. Also, I don't appreciate being kidnapped, drafted, whatever this is.
Damn it. The simulation isn't accessing data from his Starfleet career. Computer, initiate full security override on my authority.
Hello? Is your universal translator working? Anyone? Who's in charge here? You? It's you, isn't it?
That should do it. Computer, reinitialize program.
Please state the nature of the mycelial emergency. You know, I was afraid something like this would happen. I told Strahl that our work could get twisted into some sort of weapon. I never expected the Klingons would be the ones doing the twisting. Give me a second. Reviewing your current data. Got it. Okay, we need to know more about the probes this time-traveling Klingon fired into the mycelial network. I'll run some simulations, see what I can find out. It's a subspace realm that spans the entire multiverse. That's our universe and all other quantum realities all connected to the network. The network contains the roots of a certain type of fungus, and if you know how, you can use the spores of that fungus to access the network. I'm one of the few people to figure out how to do that, by the way. I'm assuming that's why I'm here now.
Among other reasons.
The Discovery was equipped with a spore drive, and with it, we were able to travel immense distances almost instantaneously, thanks to the network. It wasn't always an exact science, though. You were careful, you could wind up in another dimension, or another time.
I see. Glad we're able to call on your expertise.
All right, any more questions, or shall we get back to work?
Alright, let's get back to work.
Nice touch. I'd have been fine with a lab from this century, but it's the thought that counts, I suppose. I'm gonna run some calibration tests. I'll need you to handle the radiation spore saturation levels. I'll start the calibration, then the monitors will show you the level of radiation and spore saturation in the chamber. You'll need to adjust it up or down as we go. Don't let it get too high or too low. If the levels go out of bounds, I'll have to reset the simulation. That's annoying, so don't do it.
Alright. Watch radiation levels. Where do I go for that? Ah.
The simulation is picking up speed. Stay sharp. Spore saturation is getting low. Turn it up. All right, we're good here. Let me take a look at the results. Interesting. First thing, we can use the rift to transport into the mycelial network, which is good because we need to go there to figure out what this Ja'ula is up to. Sorry, got ahead of myself there. I'm detecting radiation coming from the rift of a type unique to 23rd century Klingon tech. It's probably coming from those probes Ja'ula shot into the network. Whatever they're doing in there, it's probably not for the benefit of life, the universe, and everything.
Understood. Next moves.
Sounds like we need to send an away team into this mycelial network to gather more data on the problem and deal with whatever House Mokai is doing there. I'll set up a mobile emitter so Stamets here can go along. I have a feeling we'll need his expertise on the other side of that rift.
Alright, understood. Let's do it.
All right. Transporter's ready and standing by to beam you into the mycelial network. I took the liberty of sending your ship the adjustments. Your away team will be ready to join you there. Just say the word when you're ready to go.
Alright, we're ready. We'll contact you if anything goes wrong.
Good luck in there. We'll be monitoring from here. Energize.
Welcome to the Mycelial Network. Alright, we don't have a lot of time. Between her weapon and whatever tech she's put in here, Ja'ula's done a lot of damage. We need to put a stop to it before it gets too far gone. Let's head toward those Klingon energy signatures. Seems like a good place to start. That would be the Jasep. They're a sentient, spore-based colony life form. My records indicate they act to decompose any material that's alien to the mycelial network, like you, for example. Adjust your personal shields to this setting. It should protect you from their nibbling. Good. Whatever's happening with that Mokai tech hasn't spread here. Not yet, anyway. Take some samples from healthy spore clusters. We'll need them for comparison studies later. You really can't appreciate this place until you see it for yourself. This is serious. If the network is damaged beyond repair, it could end all life, everywhere. Hold your fire. I'm pretty sure she comes in peace.
Outsiders, I am of the Jasep. We are people of this realm. We have met people of your realm before. Many of them have traveled here. Others from your realm have sent things that are hurting us. You must make this stop. I created this form to give the Jasep voice, to communicate with you. Based on your memories, Patel is compassionate, idealistic, someone who protects, someone like the Jasep. We waste time. Strange devices have been brought here. They make the fungus sick. They are making the yield tree bloom.
This yield tree she's talking about is bad news. The Jasep aren't fond of it, and with good reason. Its bark is toxic to them.
There was a tear in the sky, and a device came through it from your realm. It gives off strange light and heat at all times. This is what brings the sickness and the poison. We know it. The device is deeper in the forest. I will take you to it, but you must stop it. You must.
Alright, we'll do what we can.
Let's get moving. Looks like this device is deeper in the mycelial forest. Watch for visible signs of fungal corruption and yield tree growth. The more we see, the closer we'll be to the problem.
Understood.
We can use this to move quickly. It will let us travel through the network to another part of the realm.
Okay. Boing.
Interesting. This might be a tardigrade birthing ground. Try not to scare the little ones, okay? I don't think we'd survive an encounter with an angry adult tardigrade, let alone several. The liquid sources here may tell us more about them as well. Tardigrades can put themselves into a desiccated state to survive without water, but they still need it to remain active and to grow. Take a sample from the center of the pool. That should provide useful information. The fluid sample shows a high level of nucleotides and proteins. This serves not only as a liquid source for the local flora, but also a nutrient carrier. These proteins include compounds associated with the formation of neurotransmission and memory.
So the fluid is part of a nervous system within the network?
It's possible that the liquid carries information in the form of protein compounds, and that specific fungi may release chemicals into the fluid that allow for widespread communication.
So the mycelium are roots and vessels, while the waterways are neuron-like? Where do we gotta go from here?
Interesting. Even baby tardigrades are extremely tough.
The tardigrades are of the realm. They live in harmony within the forest.
These readings could be very helpful to us here. Understanding this ecosystem may be the key to healing it.
Agreed, but we need to press on.
Look, see that? That's definitely not Klingon tech. It's running clean, too. No radiation or harmful emissions. Whatever it is, it's not part of the problem here. I'd like to take a closer look, if you don't mind.
Not at all. I'd like to know more about it myself.
Curiouser and curiouser. This is Alachi tech. I wonder what they're doing in here. This device appears to collect spores floating in the atmosphere. Based on what we know about Alachi, I think it's collecting food for them.
The Alachi? Perhaps they have a connection with the network?
Alachi are, like the Jassat, part of this realm. They lived here before they went to serve and fight in your realm. Now some of them have returned.
The Alliance will want to know about this.
Maybe. The Alachi don't have a lot of friends in the Alliance. I'd be worried about this information falling into the wrong hands. The last thing this place needs is a bunch of well-armed types stomping around looking for payback from the Alachi.
A valid point.
Incoming!
Something's wrong with the Alachi. They have a sickness. Those Alachi were of the realm, but they were sick. Toxic, like the yield tree. Their devices were corrupt as well. If we cannot cure the Alachi, we must cull them from the realm before the sickness spreads.
Understood. We'll try to help them if we can. from here.
You see? Look. Look here. It is corrupted. The device makes it grow in a strange, toxic way.
Lots of yield tree growth here. That's not a good thing. The corruption is getting stronger. This fungi is being mutated by Hark-Peng radiation. Not good. Looks like this used to be an Alachi research outpost. They were starting to build defense systems in response to incursions from our space. But you can't guess who was responsible for those. Unfortunately, the radiation from Ja'ula's tech had a negative effect on the Alachi. They began to mutate, and their higher brain function started to deteriorate. Looks like a team decided to head deeper into the network to deal with the problem. There aren't any coherent entries into that.
I'm guessing they failed. Jewel's tech is still operational.
We must go deeper into the network, toward the source of the corruption.
Very well, Patel. Let's keep moving.
The device is close, you see? The yield trees, the corruption, they have spread through this area. Find the next node and jump. The source of the sickness must be in the next area.
All right.
Something's wrong here. The radiation has mutated the hyphae grouping in this conduit. I can't compute its dynamic output ranges and adjust to compensate for the mutation. Long story short, we're stuck.
Patel, is there something you can do here?
No. The sickness has damaged it too much. I cannot speak to it and make it work. It must be navigated by the stamets. The living stamets. The living stamets. The one who came here before was part of the network, connected. He touched it with his mind. The living stamets could feel the flow of the network. That is how he guided his ship home through it.
In feel, you mean intuition. The living stamens guided discovery with intuition.
Yes, but this Stamets does not think the same way. It thinks like a machine, not like the living.
Can we teach this Stamens to think that way?
The memories and essence of the Stamets from before are within the network. We may be able to bring them forth for you, so you can merge them with this Stamets. What you need is within what grows here, and the fluid that connects and sustains it.
Let's start collecting what we need.
The mycelial forest is a vast network, much like your computers. All you need to do is bring the memories you want to the surface.
How would I do that?
The water connects all the growth. Use it to compel the fronds to blossom and release the memories you seek. Watch carefully. When the fronds bloom, collect the spore memories from them. Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate. You will need to collect more of the fluid. You will need to collect more of the fluid. Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Enemy targets on sensor. Flanking damage detected.
You will need to collect more of the fluid. You will need to collect more of the fluid. Quickly, go collect the spores before they dissipate.
Enemy targets on sensor. Flanking damage detected.
You have the spores. Now you must return.
On sensors.
Return to the pond.
Hugh, now I know what it was like for you when you came back. Now it's my turn, except you're not here. None of you are. Burnham, Tilly, Saru, all of you. You're gone.
Spores.
It's just
They're the
me
building
now.
blocks of energy across the universe.
Look how it
interacts with the spores.
What's left of me?
I don't know where to go. You only do it for me, but I could be your date. I love it when you only do things for me. The thread that weaves life through space.
I so hoped you would find your way.
I can't even find my way out. Follow the music, Paul. I'm not going anywhere. Open your eyes.
Hugh? Okay. I know what I need to do here. I'm gonna need a moment here, okay? This is a lot to take in. Okay. Everything's all coming together in my head now. I can navigate the network again. I can do this.
Welcome back, Commander.
We are alike now, both created for a purpose, but with the memories of someone else. The memories of a life not entirely our own, but we are alive.
You are, your lives are your own.
Patel may be a living thing, but what about me? I'm a computer program, a simulation of a life once lived, and yet I remember being him. I remember the thrill of discovering the mycelial network, the terror of the Klingon War, serving on Discovery, everything I felt when I lost Hugh, and everything I felt when he came back. All of it. Everything.
All important things are part of your life now.
We were made, not born, but that alone does not define us. If we have all the memories, all the feelings, we can choose how to live, according to what we know and feel. We are as real as anyone. We are just made of different things.
You're Paul Stamets now, if that is your choice.
You're giving me the chance to do what I want, to be who I want to be. Thank you. I've made my choice. Let's finish this. A lot of people are counting on us, counting on me. I can help, and I will. It's what Hugh would have wanted, and it's what I want.
Very well. Let's get to work, Commander.
The sickness. It is strong here. It is dangerous. Already many of the Alachi have become sick and corrupted.
Are we near the source then?
There are 3 devices up ahead. You must disable them.
Alright, let's take a look.
There are the devices, up ahead.
Alright.
They are of the realm, but the sickness doesn't affect them. It should. They eat overgrown blooms. They drink the water. Somehow, they remain strong.
Right now, the radiation is creating more overgrowth than the tardigrades can eat. If we take out Ja'ula's device, the corruption will stop, and the growth rate will return to normal. Then the tardigrades will eat the surplus overgrowth, corrupted or not. Given time, they should slowly bring the ecosystem back into balance.
Alright, let's find the device and shut it down.
This could be tricky. We can't disable the probes without clearing the corrupted mycelium, and we can't do that without risking detonation. We're gonna need to think outside the box on this one.
Alright, I'm listening.
We need to convince a hungry tardigrade to come to the buffet table, so to speak. If we can lure one of them to the probes, it might clear the overgrowth to a point where we can safely disarm them.
Lord a tardigrade, how do you propose we do that?
I'm thinking we use the healthy spore samples we collected earlier, if you're willing to wave a carrot in front of a hungry, practically indestructible, 8-legged horse.
Alright, it's worth a shot. Where is he? There he is.
tardigrade's done. Disable that probe. Good work. Now lure the tardigrade to another probe. Okay, you should be able to access the probe and disarm it now. Nice! Only one more to go. All right, turn off that probe and we'll move on. This is all starting to come together. Ja'ula's plan, that is. I think I understand what she's trying to do.
Alright, what do you have?
Ja'ula and House Mokai learn about classified Starfleet projects in 2256. She raids the Glen and discovers the spore drive, then steals all of the data on it. Unfortunately for her, Strahl corrupted the data before she stole it. So, when she made her spore-based superweapon, she was using bad data.
With tragic results.
She puts her shiny new toy on her flagship and joins the attack on Starbase 1. That didn't work out so well for her, though. Bad data, bad weapon. She pulls the trigger and boom! It blows up in her face and the explosion throws her into this century.
Her and many others.
Ja'ula works out the bugs in her weapon's design. She determines that mutated spores are a critical component, so she sets out to get more of them. That's where the probes come in. She fires them into the network, they beam out Hark-Peng radiation, spores mutate, and Ja'ula gets more ammo for her weapon of mass destruction.
Disturbing, but it makes sense.
Problem is, she didn't think it through. The radiation causes unexpected side effects, as we've seen firsthand. Somehow, I don't think Ja'ula is worried about collateral damage, though.
Agreed.
Knowledge is power. Now that we know what she's up to, we can take steps to put an end to her plan and protect the network from her actions. Hopefully, we'll be able to work with the Josep on this. Who knows, maybe the Alachi will join the fight. The sane Alachi, that is.
We're going to need all the help we can get on this, I think.
No argument there. Wait, did you hear that? Something's coming. Something big.
Now what?
I'm gonna say that's not a good sign.
Do not fire. We are allies. Forgive me. It has been so long since I have used my voice.
I'm listening. Who are you?
I was Jarsev, a Romulan once. I am Ilachi now.
Are you reverting back to your original form?
Partially. My mind returns to the time before my change. The weapon is to blame. It corrupts some of us, drives us mad. Others, like me, become fusions of Ilachi and what we were before. Wait. These weapons, they are not of your creation, are they?
No. The weapons were fired by Juula, a renegade Klingon matriarch.
You must stop her. Close the rifts. Destroy her weapons. If she continues this madness, she will utterly corrupt this realm. If that happens, it will break through into the void space, your realm, and destroy everything.
That's not going to happen if I have anything to say about it.
You should return to your realm. Juula's attack has angered other Ilachi. They are taking a fleet to destroy anything on the other side of the rift.
Like our ships.
You must leave now. Go to your realm and help your people while you can.
Thank you for your help, Patel.
It is our way. The Joseph thank you for removing the sickness. We will work with Tarsev and other Ilachi who wish to stand together against Jaula. We believe we will meet again, friends. Goodbye.
Until next time, then.
We're receiving your data now. No sign of our House Mokai friends, but something's definitely happening with the rift. Based on what you found out in the network, we'll be able to close it, but we'll need to get several external readings before we're ready to try.
Work fast, Captain. House Mokai might return, and sooner than we'd like.
Riskava and Hoffman can head to opposite ends of the rift. From there, we should each be able to get a differential reading. Once we have enough data, you can use a deflector modulation to close the rift.
Let's make it happen. Watch your sensors for Mokai ships, though.
Those are large ships. They're using spore drives. The Ology drives look very basic. Don't keep them there.
The Hoffman
working on it.
Can't say I didn't have doubts at first, but whew, well done. Not to rain on the parade here, but Ja'ula's still out there. As long as she has that weapon and the spores it needs to power it, this can happen again.
Well, you can count on the Lucari. We will do what we can to stop her. This isn't just a threat to our universe. There's a brilliant, wondrous realm lying beneath our conception of space. And it's in danger as well. We can't let harm come to it from our side of the cosmos.
We stopped Ja'ula's attack and saved Andoria. I'd call that a good start. That rift, though, that's something you don't see every day, even in Starfleet. And I've seen some strange things in my time. It was good working with you all. I'll make sure Starfleet Command is updated. We'll do everything we can to bring Ja'ula to justice and put a stop to this campaign of hers.
About Ja'ula, she's going to go after any spores she can get her hands on. You're going to want to cut her off, the sooner the better. And I can help with that.
Your expertise would be most helpful, Commander.
Pretty sure you didn't bring me into all this for the charming conversation, though that is a definite bonus. I'll be glad to have something to do. It'll help me adjust to life as a sentient hologram. I've got a lot to process and a lot to catch up on.
A lot has changed since 2257.
That might be the understatement of the 25th century. Short term, I'll start putting together a list of known spore colonies. We need to keep an eye on those. If we're lucky, we'll catch Ja'ula before something like this happens again.
Keep me posted, Commander. This needs to end soon. Alright, let's depart the system. Alright, report to command.
What an extraordinary series of events. The mycelial network will be of great interest to the Lucari, I can assure you. Our own astromycologists will want to study it as soon as possible. I do hope the Alliance is able to put a swift end to Ja'ula's campaign. The thought of her using spores as part of a weapon, it's unsettling. If she's able to perfect that technology, no one will be safe from her wrath. Finally, please send my regards to Commander Stamets. It was such a pleasure to work with him, and I do wish him the best as he explores the galaxy in our time.
Congratulations, Commander.
Alright. So we've been going almost an hour and a half. That's not bad. I think for the time being I'm going to try to keep the streams somewhat short. Still working my way into getting back into the swing of things and that. So sitting here for several hours at a time, not quite there yet. I'm getting tired of sitting for the moment. So I'm going to end the stream here. Let's see. I do thank everyone for joining us here on the live stream. Be sure to follow the channel if you like it. That way you'll continually get updates when we go live every Sunday. I'm going to try to keep going same times every Sunday, but things may change if we run into technical issues like we did today and such. But usually around 3 o'clock every Sunday, unless something major comes up, and then I will put a notice out on Twitter. That's probably the best place to follow us. You can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/vault_deep. I popped it up there on the screen for you. That's a good place to give us a follow to stay up to date on issues and stuff we go live, if we're not going to go live. You can also follow us over on Facebook at facebook.com/Deep Vault Gaming. Again, I popped the link there up on the screen for you guys. It is my goal for this year, among other things with the channel, is to post more on Facebook. I believe I've posted the schedule of what I plan to do every week, starting mostly in February. Live streams on Sunday. Tuesdays, Fallout 4 videos or Fallout related videos. Thursdays, for the moment, it's going to be Tomb Raider related videos. And then once we get through Rise of Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we'll go into going through the Elder Scrolls series, starting with Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and then working our way forward. One other link I want to pop up there on the screen is to our Patreon page. If you want to support us in a more personal manner, head on over to patreon.com/Deep Vault Gaming. And I've got 4 tier levels you can join to support us in if you would like. All the proceeds from your support will go to helping me maintain both gaming machines, my streaming machine, allow me to purchase new equipment and expand the channel out to do more stuff. Like I said, I want to work on getting the equipment needed so that I can work tabletop games, such as Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, a few other of those tabletop RPGs into the stream. I know I've got a few friends in that may be interested in joining me and helping do a online stream of a Dungeons and Dragons campaign or one shot or something. Maybe we'll probably start with a one-shot game of some sort, just to see how things go, how it's received. If it's received good, then we may work a campaign into it and then we'll have these weekly live streams and then another weekly live stream for the Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, whichever tabletop RPG we decide to do. But I can't do all that without support from you guys. So like I said, if you want to head over to Patreon and support us that way, that would be a great thank you. Benefits in that you get are all listed on the Patreon page for the different tier levels and that. And there's a short list of goals of if we reach a certain amount of money, this and that, what it'll go to and what'll happen if we do reach that goal. But other than that, I think I'm going to sign off for today. Thanks for joining me here on this Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday around the same time. And I believe I've actually worked out a schedule for what we will be playing. So join me here next Sunday. We will be playing Elder Scrolls Online. It's been a while since we played that one as well. So we'll pick up where we left off on that one next Sunday. Until then, have a great week, everybody. And I will see you all again next Sunday.